Welcome back to the DroneOCan YouTube channel. Today we are wrapping up our series from our British Columbia vacation by visiting Blanket Creek Provincial Park. Blanket Creek is located on Highway 23, about 25 kilometers south of Revelstoke. Once you turn off the highway, you're going to start a deep descent down to the valley floor and to the shores of Arrow Lake. But don't worry, the road is paved. There are a number of switchbacks, but they're plenty wide, so even the largest RVs will be able to navigate the road without any issue. The land that Blanket Creek Provincial Park sits on today was the historical homestead of the Domke family, and the remains of their homestead stone fences can still be seen at the park and form part of the nature trail. Once you've reached the bottom of the hill, you can either carry on to the day use area, which I'll talk about later. Your actual check-in process will vary depending on whether you are doing first come, first served, or have a reservation, and also depending on the time of year and the time of day. We had a reservation, which we made for the low cost of just $28 a night, and we were reserved in Site 57. Upon arriving at our site, we were immediately struck by the cleanliness of it. The park staff had raked around the fire pit and made sure everything was super clean, and we were also impressed with the construction and quality of the picnic tables. Super solid, and they had this convenient metal offshoot shelf thing that was perfect place to put the camp stove and barbecue for cooking so that you didn't need to worry about burning the wood top. The site, being in the dense forest, offered tons of privacy and was fantastic all around. The campground consists of 105 sites, including 82 which are reservable on camping.bcparks.ca. Everything is well signed and easy to find and very walkable. So let's talk about services and amenities. You are never far away from a fresh water tap, and there's also convenient dishwater and wastewater disposal locations spread throughout the park. There's a lot of these individual toilets, some flush, some pit, and there is a shower house centrally located with flush toilets, and the showers are absolutely free. Firewood is for sale at a cost of $10 a bundle and easily available right by the main check-in gate. For those camping in tents or soft-sided RVs, there are bear-proof food lockers available for you to store your provisions. And yes, there are bears present. Emily saw a black bear while out for a walk one evening. In addition to the bears, you need to be aware that there are certain areas of the park that are infested with poison ivy, so you have to stay alert. And when it comes to walking in the park, I think one of our favorite trails was the trail up to Sutherland Falls. Sutherland Falls marks the spot where Blanket Creek falls about 45 feet or 14 meters into a rocky pool, and it basically from there feeds down into Upper Arrow Lake, which is part of the Columbia River system. Be aware that while the walk to the falls is fairly short when the campground is open, when the park is closed, you will add about a 3.5 kilometer walk because you'll have to trek in from the main gate. I had assumed at the time of our visit that the falls were named for Donald Sutherland, the famous CPR surveyor and explorer, but apparently they're not. No one seems to really know who the falls are named after, so I think that's kind of interesting. Alright, let's go check out that day use area that I mentioned back at the beginning of the video. Now the day use area is what they call the lagoon, and it is a no pet area. So we had to leave Mabel with Emily at the entrance while I went in to explore. And this is a really beautiful area. Lots of picnic tables set up along this lagoon that they call it, and just beautiful scenery, beautiful day use area. So even if you're not camping, Blanket Creek still makes a great destination. And don't feel too sorry for our four-legged friends for being excluded from the lagoon area, because while they are required to be on leash in most areas of the park, there is actually an off-leash dog area set on the beach right on Upper Arrow Lake. So that's a nice bonus for those who don't have crazy dogs. So as we head to the end of the video, let's talk about some other campground rules, primarily around the use of generators. Generator use is restricted to 4 hours per day, and they obviously enforce these rules very well, because during our stay, the people who were using generators shut them down right at 8 o'clock every night. And finally, the dump station, the last stop for most people with an RV when leaving a campground. The dump station does feature potable water, so if you don't want to stop in one of the loops to fill up your tank, you can fill up here at the dump station. And there is a fee for dumping. The fee is $5. You will either need to have proper coins, or you can purchase a token at the check-in gate, where you will be able to then access the dump station for $5. So not bad. It's very clean, very modern. So that's going to do it for Blanket Creek Provincial Park and our BC vacation. We had 5 great nights out in British Columbia. Really enjoyed all of the stops. So, you know, it's a great area. Revelstoke was a great town. We'd love to go back and explore more in a future visit. But for now, appreciate you watching. Thank you very much for all your support through subscriptions, comments, all of that great stuff that YouTube loves. And we will see you in the next video.